Hello dudes and dudeesses, my name is MineTheFab and welcome back to Reboot. And admittedly in the thumbnail I probably will write something about preparing for 118, and this has absolutely nothing to do with preparing for 118. It was just something that I discovered while making, I think it was the creeper farm, that witches are basically able to survive standing on any kind of fire because they have the healing potions, and I immediately decided I want one of those in my base. So this is now my witch fireplace. Ooh, so what are we going to be doing today? We are going to be preparing for 118. If you're new to Reboot, this is a world that I've had for many years, and roughly every time there's a new iteration of Minecraft, I usually move away, and sometimes I start totally over, and maybe I should go and sleep before we continue this talk. Much better. And as I was saying, we are indeed going to be preparing for 118, and indeed I have been trimming my chunks. I actually already did that for 117, but in expectation of the second shoe to drop, the 118 part of the Cliffs and Caves update, I actually haven't been using this world very much, and I've been kind of confined to this part of the world, the Mycelium Island, that we are right now trying to convert to this old ancient city that is the heart of the world, and it is the heart of everything mystical, magical, and religious. But let's go outside and take a look at the island. Then, if you're brand new, you can see it too for the first time. It's a huge mycelium island, and the plan is to turn it all into not being mycelium. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of terraforming. The island is modeled after a real French island, Le Mont Saint-Michel, a monastery island, a church island that has never been invaded because the waters around the island is rising with up to 12 meters every day, and the tides come in as fast as a horse can run. This is beautiful, very much like the French island. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is the view, and you can see it's quite monochrome. I'm by no means finished with texturizing it, but it's quite monochrome, the top part of it, and the original is very monochrome, but it means that we have to do something to spice it up to make it look... Can I land on this one? No, I couldn't. Nailed it. First try. In real life, they would probably prefer not to have anything growing here because it's all about being able to look far to see your enemies coming a long way away. But I think that we need to have greens in here. Greens, which is bad English for trees and grass. Now I do have plans for 118, which is out there somewhere I have a guardian farm, and as you can see I've started doing something here with prismarine, but the top level of the roofs there, I think it needs to be copper, but I have like 1 or 2 pieces of copper right now. So that's gonna be one of those things that we take back from our 118 journey. But as you can see, I've laid out the foundation here for something. It's some houses. I want the road to come here and I can just walk it with you. Up here I've made this small gateway, and I want a house here. I just made the foundation, and if we go back here, I want a house right here, I think, and then there's the stairs up here, all the way up here. Here I want a guard tower. Then we have stairs up here to the old monastery, and this, my plan for this is to make it a garden, herb and rose garden, I think, to bring in a splash of color as well. But why don't we do this in form of a third-person time-lapse? So Minecraft crashed on me because I had replay mod rolling, and it just took me forever to build this. So I had this huge file, and apparently it couldn't take it. But look at what we have done. We have now built up this alley down here. These are very simple houses, all of them, even the one down there. There's nothing, fancy about them, and that's actually what makes them fun to make and difficult to make as well. They're not very big, and we don't have much color palette to work with because we are mostly gray in gray. And the trick is these houses are small and they have a brighter or more distinct color than these houses up here, and this helps to make it all appear bigger. From 25 to 4 to 118 level, what's going on? Well, this is much later, and I have repaired all my equipment. I actually went through 3 elytras just doing this alle build, and I managed to save some first-person footage from roughly halfway in, and I decided to make a really fast first-person time-lapse for you. Let's fly over and see it, because this, my friends, was a lot of hours of work. So, when I build, I'm a slow builder because I want this to be magical. Everywhere you go on this island should be special and magical and always have a nice view. I started off with this house, which is a diagonal house, as you can see, and I somehow messed up the calculations of the roof. I even went for a slab roof because never do a diagonal roof with stairs. But I still managed to mess it up. So that took, the first roof took an hour or something like that. But here we have a nice kind of stable house like this. And we go in here. I put something in the fountain, as you see. And take a look at this. Isn't this a magical view? We have the water coming down here and the fountain, and the night is coming out. I need to sleep. Where were we? Around here. So this was the fountain, yes, and we built up all of this area here, and you can see we made the stairs or the road go up here, and then we have a small stair up here to this house right here, which has a balcony, and it has a small tower as well. And we even went down here and built up this supporting wall right here. And if we go further down here, you can see we get to this entrance to this road, and then we have a house right here, and it kind of curls because this protrudes, and I forgot to remove that one. And this is the small place that I was talking about. We have a small custom tree right here, and a house in here as well, and this house right here. And if we go through this small archway, which is formed like almost like a cross, we go out here, and I made a bridge over to the old guard tower. You have to imagine that these houses on either side was built later when this was maybe not so important anymore. And if we turn around, you can see we have this stair up here, small place here with a custom tree as well. And then we go up here, and we have this nice tight alleyway where I sleep right now. And we have another house in here, and then we have a small stair between the houses up here. It just leads up to this, so you can look at the house of the roof right there. And if we go in here, well, not that much is done on the interior, and we built this house up with a different color palette. We used all of the mushroom blocks because, let's face it, we have a lot of them. We've cut down a lot of mushrooms, and we needed something to break up the monotony of it. And then we go up here where I actually started making a tower, but I kind of had a change of heart. I want to make a building here, but you can see all of this has taken me forever. And now I want to finish off this build. It started out as a tower, but I've had a change of heart. As I said, I want to make it a building more like the buildings surrounding it. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. Well, actually I did. Look at the monastery's new rose garden at night. I think it's pretty. Let's just go down here instead of standing on the roof. This is the entrance to the garden, and if we go in here, you can see that there are indeed 2 high roses, but there are also these sweet berries, but I think they may look like berry bushes or maybe even wine. Am I the only one who's connecting a monastery with wine? Well, historically speaking, it's been true, and even beer. So I think this looks really nice. And you may have seen that there's a building there. Let's just go down here, and we have a stair down, and we have some trees in here, and we have some greenery here, and then we go down here. And this is an old building. This is the building I built instead of the guard tower because I didn't think it was quite the right choice. I haven't put in a second floor yet, but maybe I will. And then it leads out to the alley that you already know and have seen, except now it's night. Let's just sleep. And since we have slept, let's just fly away and try and see our new building from this angle. And maybe if we can from this angle as well. So this is the old monastery. This is our new rose garden. And this is the alleyway, the new alleyway starting down there underneath the mill, going up along here. And this is the new building that's better fitted for this. Let's just try and land on our favorite mushroom. Close enough. And as you can see, I've made it kind of the same style as the rest of the monastery, maybe a bit older with a bit more cobble, and I have this cross-like thing built into it. And I just think that the alleyway needed something bigger here, and the whole church monastery part needed something that looked fortified in this place right here, and you can still just glimpse the rose garden up there. And as you can see, I've put in some more trees down here, and if we fly over here, this is the build that I've done so far, and it's been a very building heavy episode, I know. And how is this preparing for 118, you might be thinking? Well, as I told you, the church itself needs copper. It needs a copper roof, so we need to have the environment around the church more finished. And if we look the other way, over there, you can see I've started building up a cliff over there, cliffside. And the idea with this bridge, let's just see if we can bridge this. The idea with this cliff is that, or this bridge is that this is a bridge to the dark side. Well, to the dark monks, the black monks. They are going to have their own place up here, and the dark monks are warrior monks. They are not allowed in the top part of the monastery and the church, because even though they're much appreciated as warrior monks, they are not as pure. So the top part up there is only for the other monks, and that's why the warrior monks, they live over here, and they do have a way to get through fast the island because they are warrior monks, and that is this new bridge I've built. And then I made a pathway right here going this way, and it goes up here, it turns, and then it comes out here. And if you're brand new, you haven't seen this either, but this is where all the religious and holy stuff started, because this right here is a holy cow. And it actually is. And I know I have a lot of viewers from India. Hello, viewers. And that's why we're going to have holy cows as well. I actually spent a lot of time breeding up brown mushroom cows for this purpose. And we have glow squids. And we even have axolotls. Okay. I deliberately put in some clay down there, but I don't know if they will go away when we hunting. I don't know if they will go away when we update to 118. I'm not sure if they will spawn here still. I don't think they will. And this cave was holy for, imagine thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. This was holy for people who came here to, I don't know, pray or something. And I have an idea that when we go out in the 118 world, I want to find dripstone, and I want to make this a dripstone cave as well. But you can go all the way up there. Let's just try and fly out here. If you're new, you may not know where the cave is. It is there. The entrance is there. And if we go up here, I don't have any more rockets. Underneath me, I have the holy cage, the original holy place on this island that started all the different religions and beliefs coming here, and everything is centered around that. And that, of course, is not something that's in the real Mont Saint-Michel. It's just because everything on this island has to be magical and fantastic. And I was actually talking about this over here. It is going to be deep slate. That's why it's preparation for 118. This is very close. It's going to be built in deep slate. Yeah. Down here I have pillagers, patrol that I caught, and they're tame now. They don't fire their crossbows anymore. They're broken because I've tamed them, and I have some skeleton horses. But it's not enough. It's not going to be nearly enough. So what we need to do also is find a way to get more tame pillagers to have in the black monk's residence. And the way we're gonna do that, well, that's a whole episode in itself, but somewhere around here, maybe that sign, somewhere around here, maybe it's that block there, I can't remember, is spawn. Because when we moved here, when 1.16 was out, we just set spawn here on this island and started from scratch right here. We also allowed ourselves to build an portal in creative because we traveled more than 40,000 blocks away, so there would be like more than 25,000 blocks to the nearest stronghold. So that's what I have in the bond base. But I have plans. I have plans to make a village, well, technically speaking, a village in the end, so that if I start a raid in the end, then pillagers will drop down right here. Hello, Leica. Now let me just try and go in here, set my spawn. If we go into my bedroom, which is where I think I set my spawn last, then if I set my spawn right here, like this, and then I break the bed, then I have no place to respawn. So if, oh, what am I doing? I don't want to go out there. I just want to go down here, because down here, as I said, we have made an end portal, which is also a sand duper. So if I go through here, I should go to the end. And I can't remember. Oh, there's a lot of bats. Can't remember if I have showed you what I've done here lately, because I've made this entire place right here. Space station of thoughts. And I have no way out. And my end is filled with endermen, because at some point someone decided to put a lot of grass right here, and well, yeah, it wasn't really good, because then endermen got made persistent. As you can see, endermen got made persistent, and they're all here. It's crazy. So I need to somehow clean this up as well. It's a mess. But for now, I just want to, without looking at too many endermen, I would like to go down here. Ah, this apparently. So it's somewhere around here that spawn is. I want to make a place right here where the pillagers will drop down when I make a raid in the end. I think that could be pretty neat and a good way to bring in a lot of pillagers that I can tame and have as black warrior monks. But I think it will have to be for another episode. Next episode from Reboot, I will probably teleport 10 or 15,000 blocks away with absolutely nothing except a bed to set my spawn, and then I will start there exploring the new 1.18 landscape, the cliffs, the mountains, the caves, and just slowly work my way back here to this beautiful, beautiful city. Maybe that was what I meant when I was talking about preparing for 1.18 as well, because I'm going to miss this city. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you liked it. If you did, oh, please leave it a like before my elytra breaks, and if you're brand new, subscribe, hit that belly button to get notification, and follow me on my 1.18 adventure, and then I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye. Why am I not wearing any shoes? This house right here, I fell down. A hole, as you can see, a holy hole, which is a cave,